All right. Happy Monday, everybody. Big waves to you. Good to see you. Welcome to the Coach's Corner, kicking off the week. And we already got speakers lined up for the week. It's going to be a good week, good week, good week. And me and Andrea is going to come to you today with kicking off the word rise. Rise. We chose rise for today to kick off this Monday. And looking through some of my notes that we put, there's a lot of ways we could go, and I'm going to kind of come from the heart a little bit today, this morning, on rise. You know, if you look at the definition of rise, it's to move from a lower position to a higher one, come or go up, right? And I got thinking about that, and I was out this morning early, got up at 4:30, kind of got out, working on my level up and moving around, and I thought, man, we have a choice. We talk about choices all the time. I thought, man, Brent, with the word rise, you got a choice every day. And it's really being determined to rise, and I got thinking about that because I was wondering, I'm like, where am I going to go with rise this morning? And I come across this quote. It said, if you're going to rise, you might as well shine. And then I moved to really the power of rising. Think about it this morning, what your body had to do, the miracles that had to be made for you to rise. Seriously, think about the blood that pumped through your body. Think about the oxygen it took to wake you up. Think about the energy it took. Think about the cells that were making changes in movement in your body as you put your 2 feet on the floor this morning and got up. So many times I just don't think about it. It's just natural, right? You get up, you brush your teeth, you get your water, whatever you do, you go out. But if you really were to stop and think of it, it's kind of like starting a car. We just assume we turn the car over that it just should crank. It should crank up. That's what it's supposed to do. But do we ever really think about what transpires to make it crank? We really don't. Same way we're pressing the brake as you go. Well, what about stepping and putting your feet on the floor? What has to transpire? So when I looked at the definition, or I looked at the quote that says, if you're going to rise, you might as well shine. How many of you have been guilty? I know I have many times recently, to where I get up and I'm like, I just wished I could just lay in the bed, and I start my day choosing not to rise and shine. And thanking the good Lord about what it took just to put my feet on the floor. And I think about that and I go, purely waking up in the morning is such a gift if you think about it. And recently I've had loved ones and I've had friends that have experienced hardships in their life. And it's like, those probably are the opportunities in the time that you really focus in on what a blessing waking up and having the opportunity to rise and shine is really put in perspective. And so I guess that's where I want us to focus this morning. I hope we leave here this morning with gratitude and excitement for the day, because it's a choice. It's a choice to shine. Now, you're all looking back at me, so we've already been gifted the opportunity to rise. You're up, you're breathing, there's oxygen flowing, your lungs are working, your heart's beating, right? What are we going to do with the 24 hours we're given? Because it's a gift. It's an opportunity. And I really, this for me today is really looking back in the mirror going, hey, Brent, what are you going to do with the gift you were given? So Andrea, that's where I went with it this morning. It was a great, great way to start my Monday.
Wow, that was great. Thank you so much, Coach. And hi, guys. I went in a different direction because I guess I'm a little bit more of a pessimist than you are. But I went into how to rise after failure. So, how to rise after a difficulty. And the quote that I found was, difficulty calls us to rise up. And in that rising, we learn what we're capable of. And, my word for the year has been overcome. And I think that just is such the married to the word rise. And Maddie's wants to put her 2 cents in now too. She was so quiet the whole time you were talking, Coach. But I just looked up, how do we rise? How do we pick ourselves back up when we kind of get a little beat up? So first of all is acceptance. So accept where you're at, right? I actually had a little bit of that this morning. So once upon a time, not too long ago, I got in a little bit better shape physically, and I was exercising, I was in the gym, and I could do a lot of things that today might be a little bit more of a struggle. And so I tried to do some of the quote beast mode items. I now call myself a baby beast mode in training. But I just had I was a little bit grumpy because I'm like, this is the worst burpee. I mean, I couldn't even call it a burpee. It was an awkward burpee. Like, these burpees are a little bit pathetic, right? But I then had a choice. I can just accept it and say, hey, this is where you're at today. All you can do is just rise up, try a little bit, and tomorrow will be a little bit better, or maybe the day after, we'll see. But just accept where you are. And then 2, ponder why it happened. So when you have a failure, you have a setback, we have to be a little honest with ourselves to figure out why it happened. And it can be so easy. I always raise my hand, like when I'm guilty, I can look around at everybody else, right? All the excuses on why my failure possibly happened. But a lot of times it's in the mirror, right? I stopped going to the gym. I decided that sleeping in and not rising was a little bit more important. So that's where my setback happened, right? Ponder what happened and be honest with yourself. But then 3, don't beat yourself up over it, right? We should be our biggest cheerleaders. We don't need to be our biggest critics like so many of us can be. So love yourself through it. Don't beat yourself up, accept it, figure out what happened and then keep going. 4, focus. And I just saw you do this, Eva Marie, but nurture yourself and improve yourself. Focus on that. Love this body, right? What a gift that we have, that we woke up every single morning. Let's give it the things that it needs to improve. So nurture yourself. 5, find inspiration and support in abundance. I think that's the joy of this group. All the support and the inspiration and the love that we get here. I find it so inspiring every single day. I'm so grateful for all of you. I wish we did it 7 days a week, Coach. Maybe you can look into that. 6, learn from the adverse situation. So be constructive about it. Learn the lessons and move on. 7, stop ruminating on it. So is anybody else guilty of this? Something happens, you have a failure or a setback, and you ruminate. You're just going to think about it all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. You're not getting anywhere. You're just a little rat on a wheel. You're not improving anything. So stop mulling on it and move on. And then last, purge out that negativity. And you guys know I preach on this. I think it might be my platform, but turn off the negativity. There is so much in this world that we can unplug from, right? Unplug from all those negative power sources. I just think of Todd Rowland when he talks about all the things that he unplugged from, and then plug in to those positive power sources. So, the Coach's Corner that they do every single, Monday through Friday. This is so positive. The Level Up group, New Age Nation. There's so many positive sources that are all over the place, not just those, but plug into those and unplug from the negative. So thank you guys so much. Excited to rise every day with each of you. And thank you, Coach, for having me on today.
Andrea, thank you so much. And I want to give away I want to give away a book today again. We've given it away a couple of times. I want to send somebody Change Your World, because you know what? John C. Maxwell in this book talks about, you know, just the opportunity we all have around us to change our world. And I'm going to give away the book, but before I give it away, I want to say this. You know, we speak on words a lot, and 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 I want to offer up something. You know, occasionally from time to time, I will be asked to, you know, to speak in different venues, different places. And so wherever you're watching this from, or you're watching the recording, if there is ever an opportunity, whether it's your local school, whether it's to kids, whether it's an insurance company, it doesn't matter. But if there's ever opportunity that you would like for us to speak, or for me to speak, like on a word or something, feel free to reach out. And that was one of the things John C. Maxwell talks about in the book. Is he talks about, you know, some of the times people don't ask for you to do more because you don't offer it up. And sometimes when you offer it up, it eases them into feeling like, hey, I can ask, I can, all, you know, and get help. So I just wanted to do that, but I want to give you one of these books because we've got an opportunity to change the world, one person at a time. So Andrea Rosser has up. There's Andrea. So Andrea, we're going to give away this. So let's just in the comments, or if you're over in Facebook, we're going to pick somebody there too. You can like it, you can comment it, you can share it. We'll find somebody over there that's going to win a book. So we'll give away 2 books today. Type in RISE in the comments. RISE. We're going to kick off this week rising up. Somebody's going to get a great read. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Andrea Rosser, who we got?
All right, give me 1 second. I got to grab it. Just so you guys know, I do a screenshot. So I've got to find it. Maddie doesn't want me to. Oh, where'd it go? It's behind you. Oh, this is fun. It's always fun. But Nancy Botsford, you are our winner today,
Nancy, way to go. All right.
So
Hey, Nancy,
please
make
text
sure,
me.
yeah, make sure you get Andrea's number, Nancy, and text your address to Andrea Rosser. She'll put it in the comments. Guys, we love you. We appreciate you. Happy Monday. Have a great day.
Thank
Big
you,
waves
Coach.
to you.
Blessings.
Love you guys.
Congratulations, big Monday.